Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the latest real grade release from Bandai, the RX 782 version 2.0. So to kick it all off, the biggest improvement of this kit that I see in the real grade sphere is the mechanical design. I think it's the first kit that I came across that has joints that are so small yet very well articulated, and the way they are constructed is that there will be usually two parts that sort of interlock together, and then you have to carefully twist them so that they kind of remain locked, but then you also get a full articulation, and then you would have then the other part to close it all off so the joint stays together. I think it works really well, especially at this smaller scale. And it creates just superb articulation that is also very sturdy, yet is quite easy to assemble. However, in terms of assembly, because this is a real grade, about, I don't know, 6, maybe 7 inches height at most, most of the parts in this kit are quite small, especially because we get quite a bit of part separation in the armor. So if you have big fingers or long nails like me, be prepared to deal with that. But obviously, since it's Bandai, all the fit is really good. There are no problems with that, and I think all of the plastic used in this kit is PS. All runners are indicated though, so don't take my word for it, but I at least didn't have any problem handling it and working with it. I think they also did a pretty good job with the red plastic out of the box. It actually has quite a nice pop to it, and it looks fairly decent even without the top coats, which I couldn't apply, even though I think the blue plastic would have looked much better if it had some flat top coat on it, or maybe even a slightly different purple-ish color. That would have looked nice. So the kit comes also with the one bazooka, one shield, the 2 beam sabers with these straight up effect ports like these ones, and the rifle. It also comes with, I think, 6 pairs of hands. Let's make sure. There are 2 holding hands, left and right, and there's also one extra holding hand for the right for the rifle. Then there are 2 fists, and there are 2 open hand or expression hands. And also, of course, this kit comes with a very small yet beautiful looking core fighter. The wings of it are flippy floppy as per usual for core fighters. It was exactly the same on the Master Grade 2.0, also on Master Grade Narrative ver.2.0 that I built earlier this year, and this one is no exception. However, it is superb that the kit is sturdy and as well articulated as this RG 782 2.0 at this scale. Also has a fully built core fighter. I have mine inside, and it also comes with 3 tiny wheels for when you want to pose core fighter separately. I have some pictures in the review you'll see later of the 3 core fighters compared. The narrative core fighter, the MG 2.0, 72, and this one, it's minuscule. I think what would have been cool is as if they included a tiny stand like they did with the MG 2.0 for the core fighter. That would have been nice. Definitely would have been a nice addition. And in terms of expansions, as you obviously can see, mine has 2 bazookas, so I sourced a weapon expansion set for this kit, the highlight of which is the hammer, the Gundam hammer. So this is a fully pre-molded chain that is very easy to articulate. I have no idea how they do that, but it is amazing. And it has 2 versions of the bolts. One is this like really spiky unchained, another one is a bit more subtle, with a like anchor looking thing at the end, and you can articulate it in like mid-throw motion, and comes with a special action-based attachment to actually hold the the hammer on a stand. It's a bit flimsy, but it does the job more or less well. It also comes with a beam javelin, so you can do some jousting. It comes with another much bigger saber handle that drives the javelin, but also it comes with an additional beam saber effect like mid-swing, and it comes with the, I think it's napalm attachment for the rifle. It's a pretty nice looking thing. You can, I mean, nothing really special about it, but it looks nice. And it comes with what I believe is new Action Base 7. It's pretty easy to assemble. It looks pretty nice, and it obviously is more than enough to hold this kit. Would have been nice if they included 2 action bases, maybe. Something simpler like this Figma action base that, you know, holds the hammer. So the way I have it posed on some of the videos you'll see later is it's like having thrown a hammer, the Gundam is, you know, attacking something. So yeah, I mean, this kit is really sturdy. It is an absolute pleasure to kind of play around with it. As you can see, I have mine fully detailed with the G rework set of decals. They also did, as I said, really good job with the armor plastic. It looks decent without paint or any top coats. However, it's still not on the level of something that you get, for example, with perfect grades from Bandai or from some third parties these days. So it can look a bit like wet asphalt, this plastic. So definitely it benefits greatly from some top coat. It assembles super easily, a lot of undergating. There are very few knob marks that would stick out. A couple of unfortunate ones would be at the back of the head, for example. You will see in the showcase videos that the 2 knob marks at the very back of the head, they are super obvious, and you can see them even on the likes of G Rework promotional materials. I believe they have theirs painted, and you can still see the little like cavities where you cut out the gate placement. It's not obvious, it's not bad, but you know, it's still there, so figured it's worth mentioning. In terms of gimmicks, there aren't that many. Like you can have the back of the leg opening gimmick here that also allows for more articulation. And of course, the skirt is fully articulated. Even though there is a core fighter in the body, you can do a full crunch because the kind of upper part of the torso, it extends and then crunches, which is once again spectacular mechanical design. Definitely breakthrough type of innovation. I look forward to see what they do with it next in this scale. But the rest of the armor is rather interconnected. So the knees are interconnected, so as you bend the knee, you can see that the knee armor separates and the thigh armor slides back and forth. Looks just gorgeous. As I said, playing with this is phenomenal. It's so sturdy, it holds any pose you can come up with, and it's just a joy to play around with. In terms of packaging, I think extra hands would have been nice. Extra attachment points for the guns would have been nice as well, so you can fully kit it out, especially if you get a weapon expansion set. And I guess that will be only applicable for Canada, but the expansion set being premium Bandai, in Canada there is no way you can buy directly from premium Bandai, so this set will, if you can find it, might run you twice as much as the kit itself, which is regularly available, though quite popular these days. However, you can still find it at a really good price. This is not only going to be difficult to find in Canada, probably, but pricey as well. Is it worth it? To me, yes, it was, because the Gundam hammer is the design that I really like. The only other Gundam hammer I have is from the Master Grade 2.0, and that one has a regular chain that's not articulated. I really like my RX-78-2 with the two bazookas. Think it looks just super mean, fits it well. Let's do some very quick size comparisons so you can see how these bad boys stacks up to some other real grades, as well as a master grade and a perfect grade that I have right here on the table. Let's move this around. So this we have here, master grade 2.0 Gundam, very classic design, very simple build. You know, stacks up pretty well. You can see the difference, however, in approaches in both of them. This one is very flat. You don't want to panel on it. You kind of want to leave it as is. There are a lot of clear placements of the gates. So if you don't paint it like I did, you know, it shows. But this is a completely opposite. It's super detailed, super separated out of the box. Plus I have, I don't know, a few hundred decals probably applied to it at this stage. So, you know, very opposite designs of the same kit from the same company, and I equally love both. I think though the head of this one, even though it's a bit more traditional and stuff like that, it looks more like White Devil-esque. It's meaner gaze. This one is a bit more, it's not really childish, but it's a bit more childish in comparison to this one. Still not bad though. And the next one I have the real grade Gundam. So I guess this one is the only real grade, to my knowledge, that can rival this one in terms of articulation. However, the joint construction on this one, being, you know, absolutely breakthrough innovation, blah blah blah, is next level. So articulation on both of these, I would wager, is about the same. The torso is of course a bit more articulate on the God Gundam because it doesn't have a core fighter. However, this one not only has roughly the same level of articulation, this has armor separation, armor gimmicks, which this does not. But both look very much, you know, comparable in scale and size. Next one I have real grade Zeong, one of my absolute all-time favorites. This almost looks like a master grade in comparison to nearly any real grade. It's a massive kit, as it should be according to the lore. But, you know, the way, even though these don't even nearly compare in terms of articulation, obviously Zeong is a very specific design, not much to articulate, but I think in terms of detail, part separation, you know, the main gimmicks, sort of how they are executed, this was so far ahead of its time that it looks very good, even in comparison to the latest and greatest from Bandai. Still love these two bits. In terms of plastic, I cannot really compare these two because this one is fully detailed, fully top coated, also has G rework details. So the plastic on this one definitely looks better, but you know, they compare fairly well. And last but not least, I have perfect grade Exia that I built earlier this year. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see the full Exia. And here we have a perfect grade Exia, as is due with the 144 to 160 scale comparison. Real grade is about the size of the lower leg of a perfect grade, and especially in these two cases, Exia is not the most detail separated perfect grade. The main gimmick of this kit was the LED set and extensive illumination that you can achieve with it, but I think they stack up pretty well. I will have mine probably posed next to my perfect grade Unicorn Perfectibility, because it's very nice comparison between the size of the parts on that kit that is already very much highly separated, and then the size comparison on this one. But when it comes to Exia, once again, very interesting contrast between the two. Obviously both are Bandai kits, The real grade very much looks like, you know, over the top part separation, detail, mechanical design and stuff like that. Exia is much more subdued, you know, easier lines, easier on the eye as well. And when she's all lit up, she looks just spectacular on a shelf. This one draws your eye to come closer and examine it. This also draws your eye to play with it, while this, if you play with this, you're gonna break a bunch of wires and you're gonna have a bad day if you have it wired like I do with an LED set. And that's about it. That's all I have to say about the real great Rec 72 version 2.0. Great build, great design. Can't wait to see what they come up with next. There is a bunch of older real great kits that they could redo, or a bunch of new designs that they could add. I very much look forward to building all of them. That's about it from my end. I hope you enjoy the showcase of this kit. I tried my best to create a few interesting poses and create some good videos and pictures, and I'll post the time-lapse build of this kit as a separate video as per usual, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.